to make it to the postseason. That makes this game against FBS competition. And here's Baugh on first down. Let's take a not a capacity crowd, but a loud one at the outset. Lagway fires to Abrams, complete on the perimeter, brought down by J.Q. Hardaway. Play.
Yeah, for Florida, those big plays come.
Gators struggled against Georgia on 3rd and 4th down in Jacksonville last week. Lagway trying to escape the pocket, and he cuts back into a host of blue shirts, but it was a close one and a slugfest. Out to T.J. Abrams, the redshirt FBS freshman in receiving yards per game. Baugh taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Run to start this drive. 4-man rush over the middle. Caught! There's a first down for Nell Brown, the third. And
so tough defense to get explosive plays on.
Another chance for Baugh. Tried to break free, but he did conversions on that drive. Cutter Boley comes to the tight end, Josh Caddis, who gets taken down immediately, but a pickup of foot. And leaning on #1 Kendrick Law, and now Seth McGowan takes it across the left side. Season for Florida. Patterson gets a try, and he gets taken down for a loss of 1. George Gumbs Jr. McGowan releases from the backfield. Boley has time, double clutches, and then squeezes it out late. DJ Miller, the freshman, came in motion. Here comes perceived pressure, and they get it to Miller.
Here we go.
Boley 3 for 4 start. Free blitzer coming, and it's knocked away.
Cole, I think that's the first time
the offensive line in the offseason. Here's a handoff to Kendrick Law, and he gets ripped down after a gain of a. Pressure from the right side, spits it out to the left, and in. Hasn't missed inside 40 this season, and that remains 5 yards on first down. Here's Baugh again, and Baugh gets 4 wide, but one of them is a tight end, Hansen. To the outside and caught.
Be calling the plays, so it's a combined effort in the booth to put this game plan together. Remember, Billy Napier.
Effort. Steve Spurrier Jr. is the quarterback coach on the field. Lagway breaks another tackle or two.
It adds a lot to that offense on the ground.
Now Baugh with the bounce to the outside. 3 different head coaches, a dozen years in total on the Florida staff. Baugh again bends it back to the inside. Another. Baugh gets a touch, and he gets swallowed up. And
touchdown rate. So not converting enough touchdowns here, and here we go, DJ with the run.
And a little stiff arm to get a couple more yards. Checking his red shirt. He's played 4 games and doesn't want to play anymore. 3rd and 7. Over the middle, complete. And receiving running backs in the SEC. And a 10-yard.
To the left, Baugh is going to be on an angle route. No reason.
Mack on for the point after. And he punches it through. To him, to this fan base, and to the SEC, that the program had arrived. Boley trying to check it down to Law. Boley hands it off, and a beautiful run by Seth McGowan.
Obviously, would like to continue to keep running, and we've hit some solid runs, but then we've been stagnant in a couple of the runs. The pass play as well to be successful. Thank you, Coach. Thank you.
All right, Cole, great job. Cutter Boley to Willie Rodriguez, and now going to the perimeter. Only the 2nd possession of the game for Kentucky. A muffed punt limited them to only 1 crack at it in the first quarter.
A couple weeks ago, he's got a bright future.
Full steam. They got trips to the near side. They don't show that very often. And Dowdell. And now he's got man coverage downfield, and is caught, and a pilot. 29-yard strike for Boley. What amazing
shot.
Point after from Coway is good. Here's Baugh straight ahead, and he picks up 8. That is
Florida calls. Obviously the brand recognition, the history, but also the resources.
Aiden Mizell stays on his feet 2 seasons. Now that is limited significantly tonight due to injuries and opt-outs with the wide receivers in a big time. And Lagway, great example of that. Consensus 5-star recruit, took a step back this season after a good freshman campaign.
For the last 3 years, so a drastic change for this Florida offense.
Long throw to T.J. Abrams. And P.J. Lagway over the last 2 games, maybe even more so tonight. There's Katie Daniels. The ball came out. Blanket for Boley, who, like many young quarterbacks, has been inconsistent. Seth McGowan over the right side and fights.
For a couple interceptions, could have had a couple more last week.
He was off target a lot, and they run it right. Boley goes over the middle and a crossing route caught, but short of the 98's going to be in the backfield. Along with Josh Caddis, the tight end, and a direct snap to McGowan, and he is through.
Either way, first down, good play call.
And a bounce to the outside by McGowan. Call really interesting stuff.
Trying to help some of the younger guys on this Kentucky football team share that appreciation for what they're able to do every day.
Lincoln Riley kicked him off the team at Oklahoma. Kendrick Law in motion. Boley going that direction, and that is caught at the sideline. And this league,
I know, right? Eli Stowers, Diego Pavia, Vanderbilt,
and this guy Seth McGowan, who takes
defensive end at Missouri, was there also.
All roads start in Las Cruces. Here's McGowan taken down just past the line of Law in motion, and around the edge picks up the first down. Kentucky to keep their foot on the neck of a program that's playing under an interim coach. Boley down the sideline, touchdown. Patterson, and Boley's thrown 2 tonight. Right now, you always wonder with a team that's playing under an interim coach. Trey Wilson unavailable, 2 star receivers for Florida. On a 4-man rush, it's a check down and a turn up.
Was an emphasis last week for Russ Callaway in this offense. Russ
have turned on the trend. They've been sensational on 3rd down tonight. Another check down and behind Baugh in. Good enough. Ohio Valley. Boley goes to the outside. And a spin by Kendrick Law breaks free. Here's McGowan and an open door to the end zone. Now Mark Stoops and I were talking pregame, and I said maybe 21. Now I get the feeling that Florida might feel like that. Callaway with the point.
Before it gets out of hand.
And Kentucky will get the ball, or have the option to take the ball to start the 3rd quarter. Lagway dances. 35 seconds remain. Kentucky has all 3 timeouts. Boley gets rid of it before getting sacked. Clear and convincing evidence to overturn this was
20 or 30 on this first play.
It's Baugh and Jaden Baugh to the left side. Boley looking for Hester, and he's intercepted. It's Bryce Thornton who slid under. So we start the second half. Kendrick Law goes in motion, and Boley spits it out to the tight end Caddis.
Cannot continue to turn the football over.
It was sloppy, to say the least. McGowan tried to bounce away. Instead,
in front of him here at Kentucky.
Yeah, he insisted it wasn't always a clean look. Boley steps up. He's going to try to run for it. Then he breaks from the pocket. Started last week against Georgia, back out there tonight. Boley rolls the pocket and he gets rid of it to Kendrick Law and nowhere. Boley finds Law, can't escape, and Gums throws
back out on the field.
That's Gilmore in motion, 4 wide, and Law picks up the blitzing back. Willie Rodriguez to the right side. Opening possession, second half for Kentucky. Seth McGowan try to get burnt.
You got to talk with some O-line play if you're going to do that and get that.
Here's McGowan, great blocking downfield, and McGowan picks up using video games for reference points. You're not doing it right. McGowan and fights for extra yardage. 10th play of this second half opening drive. McGowan again.
So don't know what you do. Just got to tackle better in space.
Now it's Dante Dowdell, and he nearly broke free. Kentucky with Dowdell spelling McGowan in the backfield. Dowdell straight ahead. And he bowls balance. And it's a direct snap. McGowan, he is in. 5-yard
side of who is actually the tackle, but because of the extra offensive lineman, she out.
Thriller. Close to midnight. Kentucky's 4-man rush, and that is a laser to the perimeter. Incomplete to Zahelman on. See if they rotate him here in the second half. As Bogg, what a stiff arm. Putting this here, Addison. Jones pulls it back. Got ball and a check down and said he'll keep it. And he's and a handoff to Bogg. Finds nothing. It is.
They're going to drop out.
4-man rush. Jones to the right, wanting to throw, and couldn't turn on the season. The play clock is down to 2, and he rips it near side, complete for the first. 2nd and 10, batted and into the hands of Baugh, and he gets taken down immediately. Back Tramell Jones Jr. Jones happy feet again, finds Baugh. What a fantastic security blanket. Here comes pressure. And a sack. Day of the night, it's a loss of 10.
Boy, it was just great.
Pressure on again. And they go to the tight end, and Hayden Hansen can't break. Little dancing, and here's McGowan. Man, he was close.
Is at 215 pounds.
He talked about that being a benchmark win for this program under him as McGowan tries to find the edge. Prior to that, where it seemed like the play clock had expired in an overtime Florida win, Dante down. I think he's putting dudes through tables.
It's not very original.
No. Program after this game tonight in consecutive wins.
That was a Mark Stoops blueprint game last week, kind of like the way this one's playing out here tonight.
Well, this version of Kentucky.
The schedule. Huge hole. Here goes Dante Dowdell. Dowdell inside the 10. Into the end zone. Sprint for Dante Dowdell.
This even knocks over Jagger Burton, his center. Get out the way, son. It's two.
Cowaway for the point after.
Cole, you said you wanted offensive line breakdowns.
I love it.
And
wait, what's he talking about?
Tramell Jones Jr. hands it off, and nice run by Jaden.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Would take it. Or we could just cannonball run it.
Does not move like he's 235 pounds. You guys mentioned it earlier. That coaching staff telling us just as good as a receiver as he is a running back. Love him.
As a senior in high school. 4-man rush. And Hansen bobbled it, but
so dynamic as a running back. Probably would have been a good
second half. We have not seen DJ Lagway since halftime, and here's Baugh again. What a run. What a runner. Gusta means like, so that's good. Jones pressured from behind and incomplete. This week you may have read about, but they love what Bo Allen has done as well. And room on the left side for Jason Patterson. You brought rock t-shirts from the 80s. Here's Patterson again. 9. Dang it. Patterson took a hit, spun, and then got taken from Kentucky. Then went to Tarleton, where he was the WAC newcomer. And 2 touchdowns and a pick. Patterson brought down by Denson. He told me a couple years ago, he said, I hated that moment because I've never been above the team. And I felt that celebration made it.
Fence on both sides of the football.
Mike Edwards is on that team. It's safety. And he started talking about the Georgia-Mississippi State game.
Huh.
Also photobombed it.
Anybody come through with the PJ to Atlanta yet? 9. 17 carries, 64 yards. Pressure. Dumped out of bounds. To carry that on to the next week. They set up a screen, and Daniels breaks free, picks up the first down. You agree with me?
You come out on the other side of it, you got a chance to physically put teams away. That's what
rules and recruiting violations. So the offensive coordinator took over. Galen
that game, but I mean, a lot of guys get let go because of stubbornness.
Your young, true freshman quarterback. Realistically,
what would be normal for an established quarterback?
up above 20.
Carmel Jones fires on. Played the entirety of the second half. And he slings it out of the backfield to his running back. And
Your young quarterback, Cutter Boley. You've had some ups and downs, some good, some bad.
Started this game by mentioning there was still, including tonight's game, a third of the regular season. Bo Allen has played the last couple of series for the Cats. They go ahead for a first down run. This game interview last week after the win against Auburn. This one more to talk with our Cole Kublik. Cole?